Hello. Hi. Happy summer. This is Mama Bear. Thank you for watching. I started this in the winter time and now it's finally summer and such a beautiful day today. And as you can see, I'm sitting outside and I just picked this beautiful bouquet in my garden here. And as you can see, there are peonies, there's jasmine that right now are in full bloom. And so grateful for this nature's gifts that they bring us this time of the year. It's very special, and I hope you're enjoying your day. Uh, Today, it's been a bit more than a year, actually 13 months since me and my daughter was separated from each other. Um, and it's been very, very hard time for both of us and for the whole family. Nobody has been able to see her. No grandparents, cousins, uncles, or her friends. She's just been ripped away from her life and her childhood and everything known to her, and we miss her very much. And I wanted to read a letter today. This was after a phone call that I had with her in the fall. She told me that she had lost a stone bracelet, a bracelet. These are bracelets that she made for me for my birthday, and I always wear them. And this necklace as well that I got for my birthday 2 years ago. She told me that she had lost her bracelet in school, and she was very sad. So I told her that I would go and get her a new one. And at that time, I was watching a film or a series on Netflix, and when going to the store to pick up the stone bracelet, I thought about her and thought about this movie. So I wanted to write a letter to her to give her together with a bracelet. Um, they opened the letter and they stamped it, read all the pages, and said that this was inappropriate content and I wasn't able to send the letter to her. I'm going to read it to you today because there's just no understandable reason why anybody would do this or why anybody would prevent a mother from sending a letter to her daughter. And that being said, I'm very concerned that she's now been in an environment for over a year where I now know that she has been triangulated and heard from many people around her outright lies about me in order to separate and break the bond between a mother and child. This is so completely inappropriate and against all societal codes, and that this is done by people in professional roles, speaking bad and lies about a mother to a child, that is very concerning. That should never happen. Nobody should ever speak bad about a parent to a child. That is psychologically harming and damaging to a child and creates trauma. And I just wish I could just hold my daughter, hug her, and tell her that how much I miss her. And I always kept her safe. And she knows that deep in her heart. All I'd ever done was for her, and always keeping her safe no matter what, supporting all her needs, making her understand the core values of being a good person, to be kind, to be honest, to respect people, to bring love into the world, and to understand other people's differences and accept them, and also be holding strong in your ground of being who you are, and loving yourself, loving others around you, and that love conquers all, and light will always lead the way. So this is a letter to my dearest daughter. I hope this letter finds you well, and that you can read my handwriting. I have enclosed 2 bracelets in this letter. I'm sorry you lost yours. And I wanted to tell you a story. Recently, I watched a series on Netflix called Outlander. The story is a beautiful adventure and love story, as well as a beautiful story of the love and bond between a mother and daughter. It makes me think of you. The story is about a woman about my age, Claire, who lives in modern time. One day, she goes on a trip, a vacation, and takes a walk in the woods. She finds a circle of stones, much like Stonehenge, and when she walks into the circle, she goes into a time portal and travels 200 years back in time, where she becomes stuck. She knows nobody and are now stuck in time past. But eventually, she learns to adapt because she must. She makes new friends. She learns to eat new food. She learns to wear new clothing and adapts to everything different that comes with living in the 17th century. Just imagine. She meets a man and they fall in love, and she gets pregnant with their child. Now, because she comes from the future, she knows a few things. And one day there becomes a war that she knows will be lost. And she tells her husband her story. He believes her. And to save their child, her husband takes her back to the stones and asks her to leave him to save their unborn child. It's a hard decision, but he insists she must, and she understands. She travels again through the stones and back into the future to her real time. There she has a baby, a beautiful girl. She names Brianna. She has red hair, bright red hair like her father. When Brianna turns 18, her mother takes her on a vacation to the place that she traveled through the stones. And there she does research in the local library and finds out her father, her husband, did not die in the war, but was captured. Brianna understands something is going on, and her mother tells her the story. Brianna then urges her mother to go back through the stones to save her father and tells her to live happily ever after. The mother does not want to leave her daughter, But Brianna says to her mother that she must. She must try to save her father, and she has also never been happy living back in modern times. So her mother leaves and travels through the stones once again, 200 years back in time. There she finds Jamie, her husband, and helps him get escape jail. And they sail to America to build a new life. The story is all about new beginnings. They build a little house on the countryside and they live happy together. But her mother misses her daughter and is heartbroken. One day, Brianna does historical research and finds a 200-year-old news article that says her mother and father dies in a fire. To save their lives, Brianna makes a difficult decision to travel through the stones 200 years back in time to warn her parents of the fire and to save her mother's life. Brianna makes a long journey, but finally finds them and saves their lives. It's such a beautiful story. If I too could travel through stones and time to be with you, my dearest daughter, I would. Always. And I give you this stone bracelet and think of this beautiful, unbreakable bond between a mother and daughter. I love you now, in 200 years, and always, to infinity. Love, Mom. This was a letter I wasn't even allowed to send to my daughter. Because they wanted to break us apart. They wanted to break our bond. They didn't want her to know how much I love her.